you're coming back here after just 1 year, but the crowd has changed over the last 2 months because we won the World Cup. So you're going to face a pump up.
Oh, shit.
Crowd.
Yeah. God, what a
How-
game that was. That last game. I mean,
my heart almost
Yeah.
almost left my body.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
are
I
you
know.
preparing for these shows here in Argentina?
Just trying to, get my chaps up and get excited. I mean, playing live is like one of my favorite things. So it's not like, all I have to do is really get my shit back in shape, as far as vocally and stuff. And other than that, I just I like it now. Like now that I don't know, I've got a rhythm now with my band, and we can kind of cull songs from like different records and like kind of surprise people or ourselves, and not it's funny because I just wrote a new record at the end of this past year that I'm going to release this year, and it's quite a weird thing to go from I've been in new music land for like the last 6 to 8 months, and then and I mean we played in that too. Like I went from writing one of the main writing trips of this record. We did it in Cayman Islands for like 2.5 weeks, and then I went right on a 6-week tour, and then finished the record for another couple of weeks out in Palm Springs, and it was like so I was like in new music, old music, new music land, So now I'm in that again, and it's really cool, but it's like my mind just starts flying, and I get like I get excited about it all. It's nice.
And you're going to play at one of the most iconic venues here in Buenos Aires,
Yeah?
the Luna Park Stadium. Sinatra played there during the
Dope.
80s. And
Really?
it's amazing because the last time you came here, you play at Lollapalooza, but you sold out two teatros with 2 theaters for 1,500 people, and now you are going to a venue which is huge, which is 9,000 people in front of you.
Really? Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did I just
I better
put
be
you
good.
more nervous?
Nah, I'm not nervous. I mean, I'm always nervous. If there's 50 people, I get nervous. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I don't. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many people. I mean, I think it's almost like kind of like, oh man, how do I make 9,000 people feel like they're like, being hugged by me?
Yeah.
It's like that's like sometimes like I think that's the most strenuous part of it all. It's because like I even had to for a little bit when things first started to get like bigger, I had to retrain. Like I had to vocally kind of readjust myself to not like scream to like have 9,000 people. It's like a weird it's a weird mindset.
What is the main theme over this new album that you are writing and that you are already recorded?
It just feels very like fresh, like very like California, to me. Like there's a lot of, it's like almost like a return to form for me in a way, but different. Another whole place. Like there's a lot of acoustic guitar and like and you normal and then like, but then I don't know, like thematically it's like very kind of another like level of for me, another level of depth for me. I feel like poetically I went to another place and I've just felt very in touch with myself.
You have had great hits over your career, and as a writer, do you know when you're dealing with something different, when you are not a hit but a song that that is going to continue with you for the rest of your life? Can you recognize what makes it?
Yeah, especially when I start playing it, you know what I mean? Like there's certain songs on certain records that I think are going to be that I don't, I just don't know sometimes. Like there's songs that I have that weren't like big hits outside of my families, but when I play them at a show, everybody freaks out. You know what I mean? And it's always interesting to see that. Like I never ever feel like anyone's waiting for Lost on You. Like everyone's singing all the songs all the time, and then within that, there's songs that people are even more nuts about. It just feels like So, and yeah, and sometimes, I mean, sometimes even before it's done being written, or before it's written, like, I just know a title, like, I'm just like, oh shit,
Oh,
that's gonna be
this is
dope.
good.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I can
People are
usually
gonna love
feel that.
this.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, do you recall the moment that you find your voice, that you discovered you have this amazing voice?
Uh, I guess, like, through my childhood, like, whenever I would sing, I was kind of shocked that people would, like, have a reaction like that, because it was definitely not like a given. Like, I didn't come from that kind of family where it was like, you could do this. No, it was more like, oh, good. Like, I mean, my mother sang and she knew, I had a powerful voice, whatever. My father really liked my voice. My brother, too, but there was no like, you might be able to do this. I had to kind of go, I had to, after, just like, after my mom passed away, and I kind of decided, like, this might be fun to try. And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any connections or anything, and I don't know anyone, or I don't know where to begin. I had no idea. I didn't even write, I wasn't sitting around writing poetry when I was young. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of, I don't know. I think I felt that in order to write songs or poetry, you had to be like, you had to have some kind of like permission. Like, like songs are very mysterious. Like, where the fuck do songs come from? Like, I had no idea. It didn't like, I couldn't understand it, So when I embarked on like writing songs, I was like, it was like a lot of trial and error, but it's like been like one of the most um exciting journeys and of my life, So uh yeah, I still don't know where songs come from, to be
So
honest.
how the industry moves affects the way you write your music in some kind of way?
No, not at all. Like, I mean, when I was a songwriter only for other people, I did have to deal with that. It was a lot of pressure. It was like a lot of, I call it like gun to your head songwriting. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, when you're a writer for others, like, there's no like, you know, the, uh, the whole romance of the artist. Like, like, if I'm in a session, I'm not in the fucking mood. I'm just like, fuck this, let's go get drunk. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really like, let's go see a movie, let's go, whatever, but as a writer, there's no like, it's like, no, we have to finish. Come on, it's fine. We're gonna and so it was like almost like school, so when I got kind of like really trained at that, I was, it was actually a huge asset for me when I became an artist again, which I didn't know was coming. So it was almost like I kind of learned how to, I call it like how to cry on command. It's almost like I make time in the studio. I'll be like, I need to like, I have like, I feel like I'm kind of like building up ideas, or I'm like full of like emotions and stuff. And I just set up studio time and I go in, so, and then it just see what happens. So I don't do that pressure thing to myself anymore, especially with the industry. I could not give a rat's fucking ass what the industry is doing. Truly. I'm like in like one of the main hotels. I'm in this beautiful hotel where like all these Grammy parties happen during Grammy weekend. Don't give a shit.
Thank you very much for these minutes. I'll see you at the Luna Park, and I'll see you
Okay.
at Cordoba, because we are going to Cordoba also.
Okay, dope. I can't wait to see you. Don't bring me a
Yeah.
golf game or anything like that. Bring me
No,
something
no,
good.
I'll bring
Oh,
you
dope.
the T-shirt, the world
Whoa, no,
champion.
oh my
It says
God,
world champion.
dude, that is the
So
coolest thing I've ever seen. Please, I
yeah,
love that. Yeah, you're the best. Thank you.
Argentina is very pumped up to receive you. Thank you.
Me too. I can't wait to see you. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.